All right, the first thing that you're going to want to learn when dealing with the slide is how to produce a note with the slide. So what we're going to do, the single string song, the piece of song we're going to use is Booker White's Jitterbug Swing. So what I'm going to do is just have you play those notes that we're going to be sliding up to. So we're going to produce a note on the 4th, the 7th, and the 12th. Now, a few things right off the bat is, number one, where do I put my slide? Well, you're going to want to put it right over the fret. So you're going to put it right over the fret to get the note. That being said, anywhere you put your slide, you're going to get a note. So if you're a little flat or if you're a little sharp, that is the sound that you're going to get. And there are a number of songs that deal with half frets, so you'd be like 3.5. But for our purposes, we want to get right over the fret so you get a clear note. And I'm going to be talking a lot about clear and clean. The other item is, how much pressure do I need to apply? Are you pushing down? And the answer is no. We're not pushing down with the slide like you would if you were playing with a finger. You'd have to push, you have to press to produce the note. With the slide, you just need to lay the slide on top of the string. So don't be confused with these two fingers. I have them on my slide, but they're not on my slide for pressure purposes or pressing purposes. They're just there because that's just a comfortable way for me to put my fingers in relation to having my slide on my finger. So we're going to put the slide on the fret very lightly, just placing it on there, and pick and produce the note. This is where your action of your guitar comes into play. Now, if this guitar was just in standard, just set up standard, I would probably be getting more buzzing. So you might be getting that. And really, when your action is raised, that is eliminated. And so if you have a guitar that's set up with just standard, you're going to be more frustrated than you need to be, because if you have your strings raised up a little bit, you're going to eliminate that buzzing and be less frustrated with the process. So once you get comfortable producing a clear note, we're going to take that note, we're going to produce it, so we're producing the note. With that same pressure, that even pressure, we're going to slide up. So we're going to start at the 2nd fret this time and produce the note at the 2nd fret, slide up to the 4th. Produce the note on the 4th fret, slide it up to the 7th. Produce the note on the 7th, slide it up to the 12th. And it's not a speed thing, it's not a race. You want to be able to do it as clear as possible. Now, my definition of the difference between clear and clean is that when you're playing something clean, there's no buzzing, there's no fret rattling. I'm not hitting my frets when I'm going out. It's a very clean sound. Well, that might take you quite a while to be able to do. I know when I started out, I did not play clean whatsoever, and as a matter of fact, I didn't play clear also. And what I mean by clear is that if you can't play clean, you want to at least clearly define the note that you're playing. So even if there's rattling, even if there's buzzing, you can still tell which note you're intending to play. Because the cleanness will come, but you certainly want to be able to play clear. A few other things, as now that we're sliding, is number one, my slide angle. When I'm playing on this first string here, my slide angle is actually, it's up. I have a slide angle of up, so everything, that's not the right fret to do it on, but everything above it is open. So the only string that my slide is coming into contact with is the first string. Everything else is open. And again, reason for that is wherever your slide goes, and I'm not even picking, I'm getting notes, I'm getting noise, and certainly in places I don't want those notes, I don't want that noise. So if I have my slide angled up, I'm eliminating the mistake of it hitting another string. The other thing I'm doing is with my first finger, I'm dampening it behind the slide. I'm dampening out that string. So I'm sliding it up with the slide. That's just my finger. So I'm not pressing. If I was pressing, I would actually be getting notes, but I'm just lightly having it on this string behind the slide. Now for me, this has cleaned up my playing considerably. I did not always do that, and actually probably wasn't up until a couple of years ago that I actually started trying that idea of that first finger behind the slide, and was amazed, for me, how clear and clean my playing started to become. There's a lot of really wonderful players out there who don't use that first finger, they don't dampen behind the slide, and their playing is remarkable. So again, it's kind of one of those personal preference things. You can and you don't have to. The other argument that I actually do make for using it is I like to have my finger readily available if I'm going to be using it for any other notes that I might be playing. It's right there, it's on the string, it's ready to go. I don't have to do any extra effort to get it there, it's already there. So that's kind of my other argument for why I actually do that. So now we've got producing the note, we've got sliding up to the note. Let's try it by putting an open note in between. So we'll do open, slide, open, slide. And we're doing the same frets, 2 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 12. So do that a few times. Get comfortable with that. The next little exercise to try is going up, down, and up. So we're going to go 2 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 4, and just picking once. Let's try that again. So up, down, up, we'll call that one. It is important to know how to slide down just as it is to slide up. So you want to be able to cleanly and clearly slide up, and cleanly and clearly slide down. So this should be able to help you do that. All right, well now let's put a little alternating bass in the mix and go through those exercises as well. So alternating bass, what we're going to do, there's different approaches that you can do, but they're pretty song specific. So we're going to let the people who, as you go on, as you learn different songs, we'll let them address that and let you work that out as the song requires. But for this, we're just going to do 6, 4, 6, 4. And I am dampening with the palm of my hand. I'm lightly placing it on the strings, and that's giving that boom chuck sound. But most importantly, in my mind, it's taking the note out and making it a rhythm. So instead of having these big fat bass notes going on, I'm now making a rhythm rather than the notes themselves. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do those exercises that we just did. So we've got our bass going. We're going to produce a note. 4, 7, and 12. And this is just getting used to doing 2 things at once. All right, now let's slide up to the note. From 2 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 12. Again. Could do that one with the open note end. And that up, down, up. One more time. So those are basic exercises without vibrato on single string. Next, let's talk about vibrato.